Welcome to the mesmerizing world beneath the surface, where life thrives in countless forms. From the deepest oceans to the clearest rivers, aquatic animals exhibit incredible diversity. Join us as we explore fascinating creatures that call water home. Our journey begins in the vast expanse of the ocean, home to largest and most mysterious inhabitants. Witness the majestic dance of whales and the swift grace of dolphins, and the silent, ancient presence of sharks. Each plays a vital role in the delicate balance of marine ecosystems. Moving closer to vibrant coral reefs, we discover a kaleidoscope of colors and life. Tiny clownfish dart among anemones, while sea turtles glide gracefully. These underwater cities are bustling with activity, showcasing nature's intricate designs and symbiotic relationships. But aquatic life isn't confined to the sea. Freshwater environments host unique populations. Observe the agile movements of otters and the patient hunting of herons, and the intricate lives of various fish species. These habitats are crucial for biodiversity, and often face unique challenges. Many aquatic animals possess extraordinary abilities. Some can change color to camouflage. Others use bioluminescence to attract mates or prey in the dark depths. From the electric eel's shock to the octopus's intelligence, they constantly surprise us with their evolutionary marvels. However, the beauty and wonder of aquatic life are under threat. Pollution, climate change, and habitat destruction impact these delicate ecosystems. Conservation efforts are critical to protect these invaluable species and their homes. By understanding and appreciating the aquatic world, we can contribute to its preservation. Every action, no matter how small, can make a difference in safeguarding these incredible animals for future generations. Let's work together to ensure the continued health and vibrancy of our planet's waters.
Today, we're going to meet one of the most scientifically amazing, biologically bizarre, and, let's be honest, cutest creatures on the entire planet. This is the story of a real-life superhero, hiding in plain sight. But first, let me ask you a question that sounds like it was ripped straight out of a comic book. Is there any living creature on Earth that can get its brain damaged and then just regrow the parts that are missing? I mean, that sounds impossible, right? Well, you're going to want to stick around for this. Before we get to the answer, just take a look at this. This is the face that has completely captivated scientists and, of course, the internet. It's this permanent, gentle smile that almost seems too perfect to be real. So, what exactly are we even looking at here? All right, let's pull back the curtain on this smiling miracle. It's time to finally introduce the animal behind that famous grin. This is the axolotl. Now, the very first thing you need to know, and a lot of people get this wrong, is that despite its nickname, the Mexican walking fish, it's not a fish at all. Nope, it's actually a type of salamander, an amphibian, with a really unique way of life. And here's what makes it so incredibly special. You're not going to find this little guy in oceans or rivers around the globe. The entire wild population of this amazing animal lives in one single lake system near Mexico City. That's it. One place on the entire planet. So, you might be wondering, why all the fuss about a smiling salamander from a single lake? Well, this is where we get into its actual superpowers. Let's take a look. Remember that wild question I asked at the start? Well, this checklist pretty much answers it. If an axolotl loses a leg, it grows a new one. If its heart gets damaged, it repairs itself perfectly. A crushed spinal cord, it can heal it. And yes, absolutely, if parts of its brain are removed, it regenerates them without any problem at all. This isn't science fiction, this is just another day in the life of an axolotl. So how in the world does it do all this? Well, part of the secret is a fascinating biological trait called neoteny. You can basically think of the axolotl as the Peter Pan of the animal kingdom. You see, while other salamanders grow up and move on to land, the axolotl just doesn't. It stays in its youthful aquatic form for its entire life, which lets it hold on to all of its incredible regenerative powers. It literally never grows up. And just to round out the picture, here are the key stats. They're amphibians, they grow up to about 45 centimeters, live for a solid 10 to 15 years, and they like to eat small aquatic critters. But, this simple fact sheet is hiding a much, much more urgent story. We've seen the wonder, we've seen the magic, but now we have to shift gears a little bit. Because this masterpiece of evolution, this smiling miracle, is in serious trouble. And here's the harsh reality. The axolotl is classified as critically endangered. That is the absolute last step before a species is declared extinct in the wild. We are right on the verge of losing this animal forever. So, how close are we? Well, scientists estimate there might be fewer than 1,000 of them left in their natural habitat. Some estimates are even lower, maybe just a few hundred. To put that into perspective, that's fewer individuals than you'd find in a small high school. All that's left, scattered across their only home on Earth. So what happened? Well, this isn't a natural decline. As you can see here, these are all threats that we created. Urban sprawl from Mexico City is polluting their water. Invasive fish, like carp and tilapia, were introduced into the lake, and now they just feast on axolotl eggs. On top of that, their habitat is literally shrinking as water gets diverted. This is a crisis that we caused. But this isn't just a tragedy for one species. The loss of the axolotl has profound implications for every single one of us. You see, its survival is directly linked to our own future. When many scientists look at an axolotl, they don't just see a cute salamander. They see this, the key to the future of medicine. The axolotl isn't just some biological curiosity. It's like a living library of secrets that could change human health forever. I mean, really think about it. If we can understand how an axolotl regrows a limb, could we help amputees? If we learn how it repairs its heart without scarring, could we treat heart attack patients? Its ability to heal could completely transform treatments for burn victims. The potential to unlock cures for everything from spinal cord injuries to cancer, it's all locked away inside its DNA. So we're left with this, a creature that holds the biological secrets to regeneration, a smiling superhero that could literally save human lives. It has the power to fix itself, but it can't fix a polluted lake or fight off invasive predators. This masterpiece of nature could save us, but the real question is, can we save it?
All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are talking about a creature that seems to have cracked two of our oldest desires: how to stop aging and, get this, how to heal from pretty much any injury. It's wild.
I mean, just think about it for a second. What if you could just pause time on your body? Keep your youthful energy forever. It really does sound like something straight out of a movie, right? Well, for one very real animal, it's not fiction at all. And this is it. Meet the axolotl. This kind of charming, a little bit goofy-looking amphibian from Mexico is at the heart of a huge biological puzzle. And figuring out its secrets, well, that could change everything we think we know about how life works. So let's start with its most famous trick.
We're calling this guy the Peter Pan salamander for a pretty obvious reason. Just like the character from the story, the axolotl just doesn't grow up. It's a genuine enigma that has had scientists scratching their heads for more than 100 years. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The axolotl is an animal that forgets to grow up. It's not that it can't do it, it's more like its body completely lost the instruction manual for that part of its life. It just skips it.
So that's the big question, right? How in the world does an animal live its entire life as, biologically speaking, a teenager? Well, to figure that out, we first have to understand the normal rules that they're so spectacularly breaking.
So let's take a quick look at the standard amphibian playbook. To really appreciate how weird the axolotl is, you got to know what's supposed to happen. And the classic example for this, of course, is a frog. You probably remember this from science class, right? A frog goes through this incredible total body transformation called metamorphosis. It starts out as a little gilled tadpole swimming in the water, and then it completely remodels its body to become a lung-breathing frog that lives on land. It's seriously one of the most amazing costume changes in all of nature. Okay, now look at this. When you put their life cycle side by side, the mystery just pops right at you. They both start as eggs and they both hatch into a larval form. But right where the frog has that huge metamorphosis, the axolotl's development just stops. It hits a wall. It becomes a full-grown adult, but it stays in that larval body, complete with those cool, feathery gills on the outside. So what is going on here? Why does this one salamander get stuck in this permanent state of adolescence? Well, the answer has a specific scientific name, and it is the key to this whole puzzle.
Now, here's the really weird part. It's not like the axolotl is missing the genes for growing up. The hormones that trigger the change, they're there. But for some reason, its body just doesn't respond to that "it's time to grow up" signal. It's like the message is being sent, but the axolotl's body has its phone on silent, permanently.
And there's a word for this. It's called neoteny. That's the official term for when an animal keeps its baby or juvenile features, even when it's a full-grown adult. And the axolotl, it is the absolute poster child for neoteny. So let's be super clear. These guys aren't actually children forever. They grow up, they become sexually mature, they can have their own babies. They are 100% adult animals. They just do all of it in a body that looks like the baby version of their cousins. It's a pretty brilliant and bizarre evolutionary strategy. But, as if being the real-life Peter Pan wasn't cool enough, the axolotl has another superpower. And this one is, frankly, even more mind-blowing, and is actually linked to its eternal youth. Yeah, it turns out that being stuck in this youthful state is the key to an absolutely astonishing ability. It's the thing that has made them total superstars in science labs all around the world. Just look at this list. It is almost unbelievable. If an axolotl loses a leg, a brand new one grows back, perfect down to the bone, muscle, and nerve. If it damages its heart or its spinal cord or even parts of its brain, the axolotl can repair and regenerate it perfectly with no scars. And it's not slow about it either. In about 2 months, just 60 days, a lost limb can be completely replaced. Now, this isn't just healing. This is like having the original blueprint for your body and be able to rebuild entire complex parts from scratch. That's an ability that we mammals lost a long, long time ago.
Okay, so what we've got here is an animal that doesn't really age in the normal way and can literally rebuild its own body. This isn't just some weird trivia fact. This has massive implications for science and for the future of medicine.
By studying the axolotl, scientists get this incredible peek into some of the biggest questions in biology. Suddenly, we can start asking things like, how could we get humans to regenerate limbs? What is the secret to healing without leaving a scar? And how on earth do they control cell growth so well that they can regrow an entire leg, but are also incredibly resistant to cancer?
It's been called a biological time capsule. And that's the perfect description. It's like this little animal has preserved these ancient superpowers that most other complex animals, including us, have lost. By studying its DNA, we are literally looking back in evolutionary time to see how these amazing tricks actually work.
And that leaves us with this final, incredible question. It definitely sounds like science fiction right now, but the secrets locked inside this little salamander that never grows up, they could be the instruction manual for the next generation of medicine. What we learn from this one amazing creature might one day fundamentally rewrite the rules for how we all heal and how we all age. All right, today we are talking about one of the most fascinating and, let's be honest, one of the weirdest creatures on the entire planet. It's got this permanent smile, it can heal itself from almost anything, and it just might hold secrets that could change human medicine forever. This is the axolotl.
So let's just jump right in with the number one thing you've probably heard about this animal. You've seen it online, right? Everybody calls it the Mexican walking fish. But here's the thing, that name is completely 100% wrong.
Okay, so if it's not a fish, what in the world is it?
Well, the axolotl is actually a really unique kind of salamander. It's an amphibian, but it spends its entire life in the water. And it's a total enigma, found in only one single spot on Earth.
So let's bring this almost mythical-sounding creature back down to Earth for a second. We're talking about a salamander that comes from Lake Xochimilco, right near Mexico City. It can live for a good 10 to 15 years, just munching on things like small fish and worms. But honestly, these basic facts don't even begin to tell its incredible story.
And this is where that story goes from interesting to, well, straight up unbelievable. The axolotl has a superpower. And no, this isn't out of a comic book. It's a biological reality that has made this little guy an absolute rock star in research labs all over the world.
I mean, just look at this list. It's wild. It can regrow a severed leg perfectly with no scars. It can repair damaged parts of its own heart. And get this, it can even regenerate portions of its brain and its spinal cord after an injury. This insane ability, it's called regeneration, and it's what makes the axolotl so extraordinary.
But if you think that's the end of the weirdness, you'd be wrong. The axolotl has another major biological quirk, one that seems to just break all the normal rules of nature and sets it completely apart from all its amphibian cousins.
The whole secret comes down to one word: neoteny. You can think of it like this. The axolotl is basically the Peter Pan of the animal kingdom. It just never grows up. It reaches adulthood, it can reproduce, but it does it all while staying in its baby or larval form.
And the difference here is huge. See, most salamanders go through a big change called metamorphosis, kind of like a tadpole turning into a frog. They lose their gills, they grow lungs, and they move onto land. The axolotl, it just skips all that. It stays in the water, keeps those cool feathery gills, and basically lives its whole life as a forever child.
Now, you'd think an animal that can regrow its own brain would be pretty much invincible. But here's the really tragic irony. This natural masterpiece, this master of survival, is facing complete extinction in the wild.
It's a heartbreaking question, really. How could a creature with these incredible powers be critically endangered? Well, the answer isn't some bigger, scarier predator. Unfortunately, the answer is us. It's facing a perfect storm of human-caused problems. Its one and only home, Lake Xochimilco, is being choked by pollution from the massive growth of Mexico City. People introduced invasive fish like carp and tilapia that now eat the axolotl's eggs and its young. The lake itself is shrinking. And on top of all of that, the illegal pet trade is putting even more pressure on the few that are left.
So how many are left out there? The estimates are just devastating. Scientists think there are maybe only a few hundred, to at best, a couple thousand wild axolotls left. That's it. This one-of-a-kind species is literally on the verge of vanishing from the wild forever.
But here's the thing. The fight to save the axolotl isn't just about protecting a cute, curious animal. It's about preserving a potential key to our own medical future. It's like a living, breathing library of biological secrets.
And I'm not being dramatic. That is literally what many researchers call the axolotl. They truly believe that by studying this little salamander, we might unlock revolutionary ways to heal the human body.
So what's the big takeaway here? Just imagine, for a second, if we could tell our own bodies how to regrow a damaged nerve after a spinal injury, or repair heart tissue after a heart attack. That is the incredible promise hidden inside the axolotl's DNA. Cracking that code could change medicine as we know it.
And that leaves us right here with this incredibly urgent question. We have this animal that holds the potential to heal us in ways we can barely even imagine, but at the very same time, we're the ones driving it to extinction. It's a race against time, and it's a test to see if we can protect nature's miracles before their secrets are lost to us forever.